so what we're going to do now is multiplying one-step equations. Okay, so what you notice here is we have the problem 3 over 7, m is equal to 6. I know some of you are used to having whole numbers in front of the variable, but this time we have fractions, or a fraction in front of the variable. So in order to solve for this problem here, we need to first understand what it means to have the multiplicative inverse. And that is basically the reciprocal, which we know it as. It is the reciprocal. So for instance, since we have 3 over 7, its reciprocal is 7 over 3. Okay, and so what you're going to notice that we do is you're going to notice that we're going to use our reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse in order to solve for m. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is step 1, multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Okay, so what that means is, let's actually change that color. We're going to change it. And so we have 7 over 3 times 3 over 7m is equal to 6 times 7 over 3. Okay, and again, notice I multiplied both sides by its reciprocal, which is 7 over 3. Okay, step 2, simplify. We notice that 7 times 3 and 3 times 7 equal to 6 times 7 over 3. But we notice that 7 times 3 and 3 times 7 gives us 21 over 21. M is equal to 6 times 7 over 3. And 21 over 21 leaves us with 1m, which in reality is the same thing as m is equal to 6 times 7 over 3. I'm going to slide the page up just a tad bit so that we can have a little bit more room to work. Okay, and now as we notice here that we are multiplying a whole number and a fraction, know that when we're multiplying a whole number and a fraction, we can place a 1 in the denominator of any whole number, because we know that in any whole number, there's always an invisible 1 in its denominator if we rewrite it as a fraction. So we have a 6 over 1 times 7 over 3. And so we find that 6 times 7 gives us 42 over 3. Now, let's be careful here. Since we have a fraction, we need to make sure that we cannot simplify this further. So let's divide. Let's see how many times 3 goes into 42, because I do believe that 3 goes into 42 evenly. So 3 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 minus 3 gives us 1. Bring down the 2. 3 goes into 12 4 times, and 4 times 3 gives us 12, and therefore 12 minus 12 gives us 0. So we see that with m is equal to 42 over 3, we know that when it's simplified, we have m is equal to 14.